recap this for our viewers who are joining this broadcast on Times Now. The fastest updates from the Supreme Court. Sena symbol hearing in the Supreme Court ends, and the next hearing will happen after 2 weeks. The Supreme Court has refused to stay the Election Commission of order through which the EC had decided that the name Shiv Sena and the party symbol bow and arrow now goes to Eknath Shinde because he has the numbers. Uddhav's plea against ECI order has been admitted and notices have been issued by the Chief Justice led bench to Shinde faction as also to the Election Commission of India, giving them 2 weeks time to respond to this. More importantly, there is no stay on the action being taken post ECI order, no stay on taking over of offices, etc. Harish Nair is live on the broadcast. Harish, sum this up. What happened inside the Supreme Court and how should this be seen?
Yes, in fact, a big setback coming in for the Uddhav faction, Pranesh, because Kapil Sibal, the lawyer who had appeared for the Uddhav faction, had vehemently sought a stay of the Election Commission of India order, saying that already they have started taking over the shakhas, taking over the offices, and they will very soon freeze our accounts, take over our bank accounts. But Supreme Court said, no, for the time being, we cannot stay, we cannot look into aspects which are not in the ambit of the Election Commission. We are only examining the Election Commission's judgment, and these issues, what is happening are post the Election Commission's judgment. We cannot go into that. As of now, we will only be issuing notice.
निवडणूक आयोगाचा निर्णय आहे, त्यात आम्ही कुठलीही स्थगिती आणि कुठलेही इंटरफेअर करू शकत नाहीये. आणि
याचिका असं तुमचं म्हणणं होतं हायकोर्टात जावं?
नाही, असं नाही. आता आज आर्ग्युमेंट झालं, पण सुप्रीम कोर्टाने आता त्याला स्थगिती दिली नाहीये. आता आम्हाला एक आठवडा दिलेला आहे आणि त्यांना एक आठवडा दिला आणि 2 आठवड्याचं सबमिशन करायला सांगितलं. 2 आठवड्यानंतर सबमिशन केल्यानंतर त्यानंतर पुढील हे कारवाई होईल. पण आता जी स्थगिती त्यांना स्टे हवा होता निवडणूक आयोगाच्या त्या निर्णयावर, तो स्टे दिला.
Hearing will continue. 2 weeks have been given for them to submit, to make their submissions.
त्याच्या प्रोसेस प्रमाणे ते पक्षाच्या अंतर्गत काही कारवाई जे काही करू शकतात. प्रॉपर्टीज आणि बँक अकाउंटच्या संदर्भात पण त्यांनी माननीय कपिल सिब्बल यांनी प्रश्न उपस्थित केला होता. त्याही संदर्भात माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालयाने स्पष्ट सांगितलेले आहे की प्रॉपर्टीज आणि पक्षाच्या प्रॉपर्टीज आणि पक्षाच्या बँक अकाउंटच्या संदर्भात कुठलीच स्थगिती आम्ही देऊ शकत नाहीये. त्याच्यात आता जो राष्ट्रीय कार्यकारिणी जो काल झाली आमची, त्या संदर्भात जे काय निर्णय घेईल तो निर्णय तो व्हॅलिड निर्णय असेल. त्यामुळे मी माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालयाचं स्वागत करतो, निर्णयाचं स्वागत करतो. त्यांनी जो निवडणूक आयोगाने की माननीय निवडणूक आयोगाने जे
decision taken by the Election Commission, the Supreme Court has not really intervened in that decision.
पक्षाची नोंदणी 6A आणि B च्या नुसार जे पक्षाला जी वोटिंग होते त्याच्यावर असते. पक्षाच्या वोटिंग जेवढे होते त्या वोटिंगच्या काउंट्सवरच पक्ष हा रिजनल पार्टी आहे की नॅशनल पार्टी आहे त्याच्यावर तो काउंट होतो आणि त्याच आर्ग्युमेंटवर.
Let's get an important voice. Mr Jethmalani, senior advocate, member of parliament, joining us. Mr Jethmalani, thank you first of all for speaking to Times Now. What do you make of this order, sir?
I mean, the order, what happened in court and what the court said is pretty transparent and clear, that they are not granting a stay of any of the findings of the Election Commission. So the Election Commission's order stands completely until the final hearing of the dispute takes place in the Supreme Court.
Now, the Uddhav camp, sir, Kapil Sibal arguing for Uddhav camp said that the EC erred in its judgment and did not consider the legislative strength which is still with Uddhav.
No, that's not what he said. He was talking about the organizational strength. The legislative strength is clearly with us. There's no doubt about it. We have 13 out of 19 MPs and we have 40 out of 55 MLAs. So legislative strength, no, it doesn't lie. The numbers stare him in the face. He was talking about the organizational strength.
That's right. I beg your pardon. That's right. He was talking about the organizational strength, also invoking the family name and the legacy. Do you think that will stand in the court, sir?
I don't think family name and legacy has anything to do with it. I think that's a completely misconceived argument. On the contrary, that's an argument which will go against them, because no political party is the heirloom of any family.
Okay. Now, sir, finally, the court also said that there is no stay on taking over of offices. Does this mean that the offices that have been taken over stay on them, or was the court talking about that, if the Shinde camp so wishes, it can go ahead and claim offices which are still with the Uddhav camp?
The court didn't say anything, but it didn't restrain Mr. Shinde from taking over any properties. It didn't. An injunction was asked that none of the remaining property should be taken over, what have not been taken over so far, and the court says we will not interfere because that doesn't emerge from the Election Commission's order. It's not part of the Election Commission's order, so there's nothing for us to injunct on the basis of that order.
Now, my last question, Mr. Jethmalani, I know you have to go, but how do you see this statement when the Supreme Court says that we can't go beyond the EC order? How should this be read?
Well, I mean, it's a statement of fact that you can only challenge what the EC actually decided. And the EC really decided that Eknath Shinde's group is now the real Shiv Sena. It is the original Shiv Sena. It is entitled to a symbol of that Shiv Sena, which is the bow and arrow.
Thank you, Mr. Jethmalani, for speaking to us and for putting that in context. Ram Kadam of the BJP is with us. So is Anil Parab of the Uddhav camp. Parab साहब, कैसे देखते हैं? आप लोगों ने स्टे मांगा लेकिन कोर्ट ने मना कर दिया.
नहीं, हमने जो चीज कोर्ट से मांगी थी कि डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन की नोटिस निकलनी नहीं चाहिए, वो नोटिस उन्होंने मान ली है. इन्होंने अंडरटेकिंग दिया है कि हम कोई डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन नोटिस इश्यू नहीं करेंगे. हमने जो प्रॉपर्टीज और बाकी के फंड्स के ऊपर जो स्टे मांगा था, तो कोर्ट ने ये कहा कि ये इसी के ऑर्डर में ये कोई चीज नहीं है. अगर उसका कोई एक्शन होता है तो देन यू कैन मेंशन हियर, आप हमारे पास आ सकते हो. तो वो ये चीजें, दो चीजें क्लियर हुई है. और हमको जो नाम और जो सिंबल मिला था उद्धव बाला साहब ठाकरे और सिंबल जो टॉर्च मिला था, उसको अगले ये एसएलपी की फाइनल डिसीजन तक उसको कंटिन्यू किया जाए.
मैं आपसे एक और सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं. जो चिंचवाड़ का बायपोल से उससे रिलेटेड भी एक आपकी प्ली थी, उस पे क्या कहा कोर्ट ने?
नहीं, हमको जो इलेक्शन कमीशन ने जो सिंबल और जो नाम दिया था वो चिंचवड़ के इलेक्शन तक का था. उसको आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कंटिन्यू किया है इसके नेक्स्ट हियरिंग तक.
तो चिंचवाड़ बायपोल्स में उद्धव ठाकरे की जो कैंप है, उनका जो गुट है, वो अभी भी बो एंड एरो इस्तेमाल कर सकता है?
अभी जो नहीं, उद्धव बाला साहब ठाकरे और टॉर्च, ये जो हमको दिए थे दो चीजें, वो कंटिन्यू की है.